Welcome. We're here with Mayor Nick Proctor. Welcome.
Hi, Janelle. Thanks for having me.
Oh, we're so excited to have you on our Chamber Howell Business Beat show. But I'd love to start off, I like to start off welcoming individuals on our show and have them describe a little bit about themselves and share some personal attributes with our listeners.
Oh boy. Well, I've been having the honor of being Howell's mayor for 6 years now, and it's been a pleasure. It's been fun. It's been challenging. I was retired before I came to City Council, so my wife kicked me out, said go find a purpose, and here I am with the City of Howell.
Awesome. Well, we're so grateful to have you. It's been such a rewarding experience. My personal experience, just being able to have the opportunity to work with you since I started at the Chamber back in 2018, I believe. So
Jeez, how long ago?
Time flies, right?
Already,
I know.
yeah.
I still feel like the new kid on the block.
Yeah.
Probably will for a while. That's okay.
Yeah, you're doing a great job.
Oh, thanks, Nick. I appreciate that, and we really appreciate our relationship with the city. So, I want to ask you a little bit about your background. So, you said you retired before joining on as the mayor. What did you do before that?
Well, like most kids, I didn't know what I wanted to do when I grew up, and it really started forming when I went into the Army. So I was in Army intelligence, and that formed my career. So I went into a career of in intelligence and security. So first with the U.S. Department of State and the Foreign Service, worked abroad in many of our U.S. embassies, advising ambassadors on counterintelligence, terrorism issues, security issues. And then when I left the government, I worked for British American Tobacco in London as their global head of security, and bouncing around the world and working for them. A very controversial product, tobacco is, so it was a challenge for me.
Man, what a diverse background, and now here you are in city government.
Yep. As I said, my wife kicked me out and said, go find something to do, because I was driving her nuts.
Yeah, and I'm sure this is your most favorite job you've had, right?
Oh, well, yeah, it's up there. It's up there.
Good. So, you're the mayor of the city. You live in the city.
I do.
And how long have you lived here?
We moved here in late 2000,
Okay.
2001.
So
And that's when I retired from the federal government, and then I went right to working for the British American Tobacco.
So what drew you to Howell? Was it?
Well, Howell's the quintessential town, small town in America. It's a great town, a great place to live, work, conduct business. Actually, I knew Howell from my childhood, as my dad grew up here in Howell.
Oh, I
Went to
didn't
Howell
know
High
that.
School, graduated I think in 1940. So I knew Howell as a kid.
So you have roots here.
I have a little roots.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that with me. I love learning something new. And I know that there's been a lot going on. I know we all kind of went into lockdown last year, and I really wanted to have you on today to just talk about some of the different things that have been happening at the city. And I know there's been a lot of internal changes, and what can we look forward to in 2021? So that's kind of a lot there. So let's start breaking it down.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are some recent changes?
Well, the pandemic has really thrown a wrench into everything, as you know, working
Yes.
with the Chamber. And my particular concern is with our small business community. I really don't know how restaurants are staying open with only 25% capacity. They're struggling. So I was really particularly pleased with our work with the Chamber and Howell Main Street on Howell Synergy and getting those cash influx into the businesses. So COVID has really been a stress for everyone, but we've had a consistent stress in the city with our fiscal posture. We just don't have enough revenue to do all the things that we need to do. So the city has implemented no road work unless we get some kind of 80% match, and we've been able to do that.
I was going to say, I know that you've done a lot of that very successfully.
That's right. State Street was done. Barrier-free was done with a 90% match from the Michigan Economic Development Corporation. And this summer, we're going to rip up Clinton Street from State Street to National to Grand River. We have an 80% match working through federal funds that are channeled through the Michigan Department of Transportation. So If we can't get those kind of grants and matches, we can't do any road work. So we're very pleased we've been able to do a few things to keep things going.
Yeah, and honestly, kudos to you and the entire team at the City of Howell for getting those things done and accomplishing them, because we know it's no easy feat.
Yeah, it's tough, but we've got a good, I say, the best municipal staff in the world. Really, we do. Irv has done a fantastic job. Our new city manager, Paul DeBuff, has hit the ground running, doing very well. We've got from top to bottom great staff.
Yeah, and even just I can say from my personal experience from the outside looking in, there you want to talk about synergy. You feel it in the staff at the city, so that's wonderful to have. And speaking of Howell Synergy, it's been an amazing partnership and collaboration between the chamber and the city and a few other entities. So we're really grateful to be able to help and support small businesses in our community in that way.
That's the key. And with this pandemic, and it's tough being a governor nowadays. Whether you're a Democrat or Republican, being a governor in this environment is very difficult. But it's tough for small businesses. It really is a challenge. Even with the federal loans and the PPP stuff, it's still I don't know how they're hanging on.
Yes, and we're learning that even with all of that funding, there's still businesses that fall through the cracks or don't qualify for some weird reason, and so we're doing what we can as an organization to continue to support them and their endeavors. So. Real quick, we have a few more minutes, but what are some change? So you said you have a new city manager. We
do. We've had some significant changes in the city. Early on, we saw that our communication wasn't as good as it should be. We were very poor on social media. So we're very fortunate that we hired Danica Katnick. And most WHMI listeners will know the name of Danica Katnick. We're very fortunate to steal her from WHMI, and she's our communication guru and has done a remarkable job on social media. I mentioned Paul joined us last June or July. We just replaced a city council member. Michael Mulvihill had to resign because he's moving out of the city. So Nick Hertrick joined us for our last meeting. We also have an HR person. Jamie Hellman has joined us, a Pinckney native. She's doing a great job so far. And we've just hired a new city clerk. Unfortunately, Jane is leaving, and we're welcoming Angie Guillen in.
Oh, wonderful. That's really exciting. Holy moly. I wasn't even aware. I bet you I was aware about half of those changes.
Yeah.
So, I've had a pleasure of working with Danica and Paul through Synergy, and it's been outstanding. So we're excited to continue our work with the city. And I want to just do a quick shout out and let you share if somebody's looking to contact the city or contact you, what is the best way to do that?
Well, you can contact through the city website. I've got an email address there, or by phone. Call me on my cell phone, and I don't know if you want me to put it out over the air, but my business cards have my cell phone, so I'm easily accessible.
Okay, and what is the city website?
cityofhowell.org.
Okay, wonderful. All right, well, thank you so much, Nick. We are so grateful to have you as our mayor of the City of Howell, and we look forward to seeing all the great things to come in 2021.
Thanks, Janelle.